You don't choose most of what you believe. You inherited it, and you never saw it arrive. Let me prove it to you. You already accept that your body is a machine. What you eat becomes what you are. Bad fuel, bad output. Nobody argues with that. But you stop the logic exactly when it gets uncomfortable, because your mind runs on inputs too, and you have never checked the label. You have heard the line. You became the 5 people closest to you. Fine, that's half the machine, because you are also everything you consume with your mind. And most of that was never your choice, so stay with me, because in the next few minutes I'm going to show you who used to program people and who is doing it right now, and the one move that puts you back in control of the valve. Let's start with people who changed history. Behind almost everyone there is a book, a philosopher, an author they read at exactly the right age. The ideas didn't appear from nowhere. Some planted them years earlier in print. Now turn that around. If it's true for them, it's true for you. You are not only your social group, you are the books you read, the feeds you scroll, the voices in your headphones, the shows running in the background of your life, every single one as an input. So answer this honestly. When did you last choose what entered in your head? You chose the app once. You didn't choose. Then 10,000 messages you delivered afterward, and now adapt the expectations. They installed how your body should look, how much you should earn, how fast you should arrive. You have consumed more self-improvement material in 1 year than most people read in lifetime, and you still feel behind. That's not a fashion failure, that's an intake problem, and it's not new. Because power figured this out long before you did. It always knew minds are programmable, and it always went from the same machine, the one that wasn't finished yet. Children. Every dictatorship in history made the same first move. They take the schools, not the army first, the schools, because if you control the first input, you will never have to control the adult. He will control it himself. The uniform, the song, the simplified history, the answer that was always the same answer, that was the installation, and it worked for generations. It worked because the channel was narrow, one voice, one room, one authority. But look around, that channel is breaking. School doesn't hold the power anymore. It's losing its grip, its prestige, and the attention of the people sitting inside it. And I'm not saying that's entirely bad, but ask the engineer question. If the old programmer is gone, who is writing the code now? And the answer is the strong part. Nobody and everybody. We are living in a social media anarchy. No control author, no curriculum. No one person, just a billion voices fighting for the same intake valve. I know your first reaction, because it was mine. Relief. Finally, nobody tell me what to think. Hold on to that feeling, because it's the most dangerous thought in this entire video, and I'm about to show you why. We all carry the same fantasy, that a system with no rules is a system where we would finally thrive. Total freedom, no structure, pure self. Now look at reality. A system without rules is not stronger, it's weaker. It's unstable. It collapses into whoever shouts loudest. Anarchy is the most utopian idea, and if you are honest, that anarchy spirit in you belongs to your youth. It's the part of you that never asked who builds the roads and what we actually got. It's not even anarchy. It's a mixture. Some rules, some chaos, and in the middle, the crowd. Leading the crowd isn't a person you can argue with. The crowd is a current, like a river, and a current doesn't ask permission. It just moves you. Here is the part that should land. You don't feel a river when you are floating in it. You only feel it when you try to swim the other way. So ask yourself, when was the last time you had an opinion that cost you something? If you can't answer, that's not independence. That's the current. And inside that river, there is a figure we have all agreed to stop taking seriously, the influencer. We say it like a joke, like it isn't a real job. But look at what the word originally meant. An influencer was simply someone who introduces you to things. A person who stands between you and everything you haven't met yet and says, look at this, try this. This is what matters now. That's not a joke. That is one of the most powerful positions a human can occupy. Now watch what he actually does to you. In 3 steps. First, he adds something to the ideas you already have. Not replacing, just adding. It feels harmless. Second, he changes how you judge things. What's good, what's embarrassing, what counts as success, what counts as failing behind. And third, he changes what you do, what you buy, and how you train, how you speak, how you chase. Idea, judgment, action, and he never gave you a single order. He just stood in the doorway, introducing you to a world he selected. So by the time it reaches your actions, it doesn't feel like his idea. It feels like your personality. That's the whole trick. The best programming feels like instinct. There is a fantasy answer. Let nothing in. Build every idea from zero into total isolation. Be honest, you can't. Not today. Not with this much signal in the air. Living entirely on your own ideas is not on the menu anymore. But here is what is you can filter. You don't control what reaches you. You control what you let in and what you keep. And that takes the glamorous thing. Discipline. Not discipline as suffering, discipline as direction. Picture it. You are walking to a real destination and every person you met points somewhere else and you turn. Every time you would walk all day and arrive nowhere, exhausted and convinced you tried everything. That's not a bad day, that's a life. Leave it on other people's inputs, and you know someone like that. So filter, listen to everyone if you want, but keep your direction. Take what serves the route, drop the rest. That's all discipline is, the ability to hear something and keep walking your own way. And now, the part I own you, because if everything I just said is true, then look at what's happening right now. I am an input. You give me your attention, and some of these will stay in your head longer than you expected. So yes, I am influencing you. I would be lying if I pretend otherwise, but influence isn't my goal. It's just a mechanism. I'm not here to install a conclusion. I'm not selling you a route. I'm giving you ideas about what's happening to you and around you, so you can finally see the valve you don't know you had. So filter me too. Take what's useful, drop the rest. That's not modesty. That's the only honest way to end a video about programming your mind. It isn't a private room, that's a public road. You don't get to close it. You only get to decide who you follow home. Share this video with someone whose opinions stop it sounding like their own. Follow CoreWired to understand the machine that runs you.